Good afternoon. My name is Latoya Wills with the news. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony has clarified that secondary schools can reopen for face-to-face learning when students are fully immunized. That is when they have received both doses of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccines. At a recent press briefing at NSERD in Kingston, it was announced that secondary schools will be allowed to reopen for face-to-face classes based on the vaccination rollout. Minister of Education Priya Manikchand related that the Health Ministry was uncomfortable reopening secondary schools without rolling out the children's vaccination campaign. The Health Minister stated once they are fully immunized, they can start opening school. The new academic year commences September 6th and schools will reopen for face-to-face classes. Some nursery and primary schools will reopen for full face-to-face classes while others will operate on a rotational basis. Each school has an individualized plan for reopening that is available on the Ministry of Education's website. Already, 6,020 children in schools across Ghana have received their first dose of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccines. After they receive their second dose, some 21 days after taking the first dose, they will be considered fully immunized. The health minister explained that those children who miss the vaccination activities held at their schools on specific days can go to other schools within their vicinity and get the vaccines. Two enforcement officers of GRA are nursing gunshot wounds and are in serious condition after coming under fire during an anti-smuggling operation in the Mahika area Thursday night. GRA said that based on information, a team of enforcement officers along with a team of police officers were dispatched to the Mahika area to intercept a vessel that was suspected of transporting smuggled goods in the Mahika River area by land and water. The GRA said its vessel came under high-powered and spotlighted gunfire emanating both from the suspect's property and the suspected vessel, making it clear that the smugglers may have been tipped off. The officers were forced to take evasive action by lying flat in their vessel and return fire in the general direction of the perpetrators. However, the perpetrators' bullets pierced the GRA's vessel and injured two of the officers in the abdomen and face. The injured officers have to undergo surgery. Meanwhile, members of Parliament for Region 10, along with the regional chairman and the mayor's office, are in full support of the ongoing protests by healthcare workers and teachers in the region against the government's vaccination policy, which has seen scores of health workers being locked out of the Linden Hospital. In a joint statement, the political leaders in the community announced a full shutdown of the region in protest of the government's policy, which has also resulted in unvaccinated members of the community being denied government services. The Region 10 leadership said the government's position is dictatorial and discriminatory and is not the best way to fight the pandemic and vaccine hesitancy. Over in Brazil, lawyer Ricardo Salles, who served as Jair Bolsonaro's environment minister until late June, says that he plans to run for office next year, eyeing up a Senate seat representing Sao Paulo State. Salles plans to run on the same ticket as President Bolsonaro and will follow his former boss in his own quest for a party to run for re-election in 2022. Internationally, the U.S. economy added fewer jobs than expected in August as employment rose by 235,000. The figure was well down on the 1.05 million jobs created in July, adding to fears that a recovery from the pandemic may be running out of steam. Despite the disappointing hiring levels, the unemployment rate fell to 5.2% in August from 5.4% in July. Economists say rising infections caused by the Delta variant have hit spending on travel, tourism, and hospitality. They also note that the Labor Department's data was collected in the second week of August, so does not reflect the impact of Hurricanes Ida and Henry in the second half of the month. President Joe Biden said he was disappointed but defended his record on the economy, saying it's growing consistently. And in international sports, Kuela Nigeria Pereira Semedo did not win gold at the Paralympic Games, but the Cape Verde athlete may have received something even better. After finishing the T11 200-meter qualifying heat in fourth Thursday, the visually impaired sprinter missed out on a place in the semifinals but got an unexpected surprise as her guide and partner got down on one knee to propose on the track. The magical moment came just minutes after the end of the race, with other athletes gathered around cheering the happy couple. She said yes, of course. That is the news at this time. Special credits to News Source Guyana Newsroom, CNN, and the BBC. For these stories and more, visit realfmgy.com.